Calgary, and welcome to the Weekly Dump.
Happy Hump Day and welcome to another edition of the Weekly Dump. My name is Kevin, one of your KCCO Calgary admins. So I'd like to welcome you to another fun-filled update of what's been going on in Chive Nation over the past week. And what better to talk about Chive Nation than to actually bring in some of Chive Nation for you. So tonight we have a very special show as we have included a bunch of cool people. And they are cool because they decided they want to be on camera and show their smiling faces and be a decent human being. So why don't we bring them in sort of one by one and sort of go through everything. But before we do that, let's just take a quick peek and see who is on the line. I see, who do we have going on? There we go. We have Mr. Is that going to work? There we go. We have Mr. Angel Ramirez, aka Velanese, joining us. Thanks for popping in, Velanese. Good to see you again. Yep, just had a bit of a technical issue at the very beginning. So now we're back online and ready to go. So we'll bring in some of our guests. And where's my mouse? There we go. And we'll start off over on the West Coast. We have our wonderful friend, Saab, who've been on here before. So definitely, won't you just quickly introduce yourself and what Chive chapter that you're representing? And question I have right off the bat, what is your most memorable meetup that you've had?
Well, thanks for having me on there, Kevin. It's been a couple of days since we've seen each other or talked to each other. I'm Sab. I am a admin and co-founder of Lower Mainland Chive here in the wonderful BC, British Columbia. And I think my most memorable Chive meetup would have to be 2 years ago today, when we were down at Portland's reminiscing prom event, where I actually proposed to my lovely lady that's sitting beside me here, that set up my lights and was helping me find stuff and get me all set up for this tonight.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to give you that question. I was kind of waiting for you to. I wanted to give you that question because I wondered if that was actually going to be your most memorable meetup. Because if it wasn't, I was going to slap you upside the head.
Well, a very close second would have to be when I actually met with a bunch of the Seattle admins and Chivers as well, where they put me in a pool full of pudding in my underwear with Michael Westfall, and we claimed it the international incident.
International incidents. All right,
There
we'll
are pictures
save
around
that.
for that.
We'll save that story for just a little bit later. Let's just go and meet the rest of the crew here. So, hang on. All right, so let's bring in our next, I don't know, victim or guest. We'll say it's a guest for now. But here we have Mr. Woogie. How are you doing today?
Good, Kevin. How are you this evening?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us. So why don't you tell me a little bit about who you're representing, and what your most memorable event has been?
So I am representing technically two chapters, the Chive Virginia as well as Chive on Richmond. We're in the process of rebuilding that chapter. And I am actually ashamed to say that I haven't been to a meetup because I can't seem to stay in the same state for more than like 2 years.
That could pose a problem, I guess.
Yeah.
So, all right. So then, if you haven't been at a meetup, why have you decided to be a chiver?
So I started chiving back in about 2010, and as you know, anybody who's been chiving that long, it was all about hump day and the dar, and this is everything coming from all around the internet, and look at the boobs and the butts and everything that's really awesome about the world. And then as it kind of began to manifest into Chive charities, it was like, okay, this is, becoming something that is that's a lot more meaningful than just pulling stuff from around the internet and, staring at it.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, let's bring in some other people and help this party go. So, next up, we have. Oh, and of course, she just stepped away. I was going to bring in. But instead, let's bring in John. And there we go. Hey, John, how you doing tonight?
How you doing, Kevin? Thanks for having us.
All right. So, yeah, great. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about your admin duties? Because I know they're kind of unique compared to the rest of the group here.
Yeah, so I actually live in Austin, Texas, but I am an admin for Chive On Australia. I know it's weird. But basically I met some of the admins for Chive On Australia during the pandemic via Zoom chats, and got to know them, and they asked me to join their leadership team, and that quickly became being a full admin for them. And basically what I do is I help make sure things get posted to the page daily, as well as every Saturday night almost every Saturday night I host a Zoom happy hour for the Chive On Australia's chapter. Cool. It's always welcome to people from any chapter. Sab has been there a number of times. Woogie has also been there a number of times. My favorite thing to do is tell people to grab a drink and check their dignity at the door, and let's have some fun.
That's a good catch line. Absolutely love that. All right. Well, let's bring on another guest, and now that she's back at her desk. So yeah, definitely thank you for coming on to the show today. I wanted to let our community know that it's more than just our local chapter that we are a part of. We're part of a Chive Nation. As I have on my shirt here, it's a distinguished member of the KCCO Chive Nation, which means that we're a family all around the world. So we love to help and share with each other, different fundraising events, different types of any kind of support that we can give to each other to help make our community 10% happier, and like being that 10% and partying with a purpose. As my wristband, where are we? Party with a purpose. That's officially what we do. So now I see that Jewelz has come back, so let's bring her back and let her give a proper introduction.
Hey, sorry about that. I assumed that switching to my laptop would have been a better idea because it said not to do on a phone, but apparently that was not the case. The phone is a better option for me in this situation.
Don't you love technology?
Oh, I love technology. I love the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, time when you're doing like meetings like for work, and that the entire internet just like slows to like a halt, and you're just like, sorry, y'all. Like I tried really hard. But I'm Jewelz Yeager. I'm one of the admins for St. Louis Chive. I've been chiving for seems like forever, since I lived down in Alabama, and then I came back home to Missouri, and I'm here. So.
No, thank you so much. Do appreciate you having here and giving a different set of eyes to what Chive Nation is to you. So we'll get back to you with some more questions as we're going to grill each and every one of you. Get ready. So we're going to, let's go to this layout then. There we go. So we'll go back to the beginning, and we'll head with Mr. Saab. Why can't? There we go. And we'll hide. You're not Jewelz, you're Saab. So you told us about your most memorable meetup event, and then you alluded to another story there that probably needs a little more context about this international.
I don't know if I should give you any more context.
Okay, so don't give any more
I,
context.
I don't know if I should. Like, it
Or
was
are you going to
it was
incriminate
for
yourself?
charity, and what we do for charity stays charity, right? No, my first actual main big event as a member of the Chive Nation and the Chive community as a whole. I've been chiving since like Woogie 2010, but partying and watching the stars and all that stuff too. Um, but my first actual foray into meeting people was going down to Seattle to participate in their photo session for their charity calendar that they were doing. The Men of Seattle of Chive On Seattle, and the surrounding areas, I guess you could say. And I was just happened to be the wandering Deadpool that walked in there with my Deadpool mask and my Canada KCCO flag, and yeah, the rest was history. And got to meet all my friends down there in Seattle, Gen Z and Chris Kamal, and several others, Mike Westfall, Tisha Clark, and all them guys down there. And we just had a great time. Lots of laughs, lots of shenanigans, a lot of just silly shit happening all the time.
All right. So yeah, you definitely did a lot of name dropping there. Some awesome chivers, which is pretty cool. In your local chapter there, what kind of events and what kind of charities have you supported since you've been
Uh,
taken over as admin there, or since you've,
um,
I guess, started up
unfortunately,
again?
unfortunately, up here for us, we have not really had a whole lot. We've had a couple of false starts here, and then with the pandemic hit,
Hmm.
we kind of been sitting here waiting for stuff to open up again.
Okay.
I know I see you guys have done the whole online charity stuff, and you guys have been doing a lot of stuff. We've collected a few things for some of our local animal shelters, and we've donated that stuff, but nothing in a grand scale yet. We've had a couple of meetups where a couple of the Washington State Chivers have been up here for just drinks and dinner and a visit. I
How did,
hosted.
my question is, how did they get across the border?
Oh no, this was before the pandemic. This was
Okay.
just
Okay.
before the pandemic hit.
Wow.
I
Okay.
had Andrew Frame from CTP come up with Mike Daniels in December for our teddy bear toss hockey game just before the pandemic started, and we had a great time there. It was just so much fun. It's good to always have those guys up here when they can come up.
No, absolutely. It's always nice to meet fellow Chivers because they sort of have the same mentality and the open heart and just loving to give.
That's for sure.
Awesome. All right, we'll switch on over to Woogie and hear a little bit more about him. There we go. So, why don't you tell us what charities are, I guess, sort of, do you have any main charities that you work with, or do you work with a variety of ones in your area?
So we try to focus on charities that are predominantly Virginia. There's a dog in the background. You can probably see him floating around there.
Dogs are always welcome.
Yeah, come here, you. There he
Oh,
is.
dogs always get views too.
So we try to focus on charities in Virginia, and dogs require attention. And we actually have, but like we've got St. Baldrick's, which are a number of charities are doing. That's a little bit more nationwide. But we do have a focus coming up in April, which will be an auction for the Organization for Autism Research in Arlington, Virginia.
Okay, no, that's cool. Yeah, and actually, another part of the show, we will be going through upcoming Chive Nation events, and I noticed that Virginia has a couple events listed there, so I'll let you talk to it when I do bring it up.
Sorry, I jumped the gun on that one.
You read my mind. It's like we actually knew what we were thinking. All right, let's head on over to John and see what kind of awesome work that he does with his group. Right. There we go, John. So tell us a little bit about the charities that you are working with. I know even though you're not in Australia, although somehow I think HQ should pay for a trip for you to go there, don't you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, no, unfortunately, since becoming an admin, I've learned that Chive On Australia has actually never done any fundraising, and that is something that I'm actively working on changing right now.
Okay.
We do have something coming up in the relatively near future, and I know that's something that you're going to be bringing up in a little while, so I'll hold off on that for now. But
Sounds good.
I can tell you that as our first foray into fundraising and raising money for charity, we did decide to go with just Chive Charities in general
Okay.
as our beneficiary.
Do you happen to know if Chive Charities has ever done something for somebody in Australia?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I believe most of what they've done is within the United States. I'm not even sure if they've done anything for anybody in Canada.
Not that I'm aware of.
So I believe most of their, and I think a lot of that has to do with just the legal red tape of everything. But hopefully that's something that we can rectify for both Canada and Australia in the future.
Absolutely. We will, I was going to say, be like a bad habit and just keep on them. But,
Absolutely.
yeah, no, we'll keep working on them. All right, we'll just head on over to Jewelz then, and then we'll pop on through the rest here. And
So,
there's Jewelz. So tell us a little bit about your chapter, what kind of fundraising events that you guys do, and do you have any sort of pet charities that you like to support?
so a lot of our events actually revolve around obviously Chive Charities. We do a lot for them. We do rally around Cupid's charity, Cupid's Foundation. That's a huge event for us, and we partner huge, big time with them every year. We usually always have the largest team at that event. That happened this past February again. It's always in February. It's always freezing cold, and this year it was 4 degrees and snowing when we decided to do our brief run and make our snow angels next to nothing. It was great. Highly recommend it.
And did
But we
anybody
also raise a
catch a
lot of
cold from that?
no, there was too much alcohol involved.
So nobody really noticed it until, I don't know, a couple days later, and they're just recovering from their hangover, right?
Possibly. I mean, that could definitely be it. I don't know. It was a long day and a long night, and I'm trying to figure out how to make myself like in the middle of this thing. Maybe I don't know.
Actually, try twisting your phone sideways
There we
and
go.
go landscape, and then it should. That's it. Not so much.
No, maybe not. Maybe like right there. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay.
I just gotta like stay in one spot and like not move.
All
This is
right.
hard for me to do. Sorry.
No worries. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to hop into the upcoming events, and as if one of the events through our Chive Nation page says that it's one of you guys, I will bring you on screen so you can talk a little more about it. If I can only grab my... There we go. So let's head on over to the awesome work that many Chivers are doing. But actually, before we do that, just wanted to give a... where are we? Yeah. No, didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this and this. And just say to anyone that has a birthday out there, let us know when it is so that we can put it into our calendar so we can give you a special shout out on your special day. So from that, let's head on over to our Chive Nation list of events and just to see what's going on in this world. What kind of awesome things that people are doing to make the world 10% happier. And now we got to get rid of that. There we go. So let's head on over to Chive Nation. And if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check out the Chive and our Chive Nation tab that we have at the top. It's always awesome that we actually have an influence on headquarters and the way they're actually designing our the main website so that we can actually let people know of what awesome stuff is going on. So yeah, going to thechive.com, clicking on Chive Nation, and you can actually see the map of what's going on. So it gives name of the chapter and it goes to their website as well. So I think that's freaking cool. So like I said, Chive Nation has a bunch of events coming up. So let's go through the ones that are in the very near future. And hey, look at that, St. Louis. So why don't we switch on over and get St. Louis to give a little more explanation of this. So go ahead, Jewelz.
So last year during pandemic, when like all of our events was canceled, myself and one of our former mods came up with this brainiac idea to go ice people for charity, and it took off. So this year we're bringing it back with a vengeance because of course we're still not completely in post-pandemic yet, and we figured since now we all know some more people thanks to all of our get-togethers on social media and Zooms and so forth, we're going to make this a little bit more of not just a St. Louis event, but more of like a continent-wide event so that nobody really is safe. Because last year, I'll admit, there were some people who got a little bit cocky and said, you're never going to find me. You're never going to get me. There's no chapter down here. You can't get me. That I've lived across the United States. I have friends all across the United States and Canada. And anybody's fair game. That's the way this goes. It is $10 per ice. I have a form that I'm getting ready to drop on the event. And so we'll ask you to fill out that form for each person. The way to pay us, all the money is going to go to Chive Charities. I'm really hoping that we make and raise a lot of money because, Chive Charities does some really great things for our, we even have one of our members as part was a
recipient.
Yes, that word. I can't think of my words right now. Sorry. But yeah, one of our members was, the amount of things we do and the amount of things I love raising money for them. So much fun. So it's $10 per ice. You can, if you don't drink, we do offer water. That is an option. So don't think that like you can't, I don't drink alcohol. This isn't for me. It is for you. You can ice people. We'll bring them ice cold water and they have to chug that. We do videotape most of them. We upload them to the group or upload them to our ice Instagram, Twitter, etc. Super fun. And this is going to be going on until May 31st. So kickoffs on April 1st. You got 2 months to give out as many ices as you want. Revenge is yours. There's going to be a way to do them anonymously too. So if you don't want to admit that you're icing your wife or your sister or your coworker, that's fine. So be prepared, Chive Nation, because anyone's game this year, not just, anyone is game. So family, friends, coworkers, your fellow Chivers, your fellow Chivettes, get ready. It's going to be fun.
And in the words of Saab, it could be another international incident. Could it be?
Basically, it could.
No, that's awesome. So yeah, once you do get the details, let us know and we can share that out because I know quite a few of us up here in Calgary were asking about it. And I don't know, did you happen to notice that Smirnoff Ice stock actually shot up during the pandemic?
It did, and I'm not gonna say that we weren't part of that because last year this took off as well too, and we gave our blessing a couple other chapters to go run their thing. So this year we're kind of expanding this, across here. So it's gonna be fun. Also, if you're an admin and I don't know you yet, or someone in St. Louis Chive don't know you yet, reach out to one of us. Just saying.
Just saying. Just saying. No, that
I'll tell
sounds
you the details later.
that sounds great. Thanks a lot, Jewelz.
Thanks.
All right, and the next thing that we have coming up is, as it was mentioned before, St. Baldrick's. This is actually for Colorado Springs Chive. Was that you, Woogie, that was talking about St. Baldrick's? So
Yep,
why don't
that was that was me. So I think there's probably six, 8 or 10 Chive chapters that are doing Baldricks. The one that we are behind is Chive Virginia and Hampton Roads Chivers. Hampton Roads Chivers are another chapter in Virginia. It's kind of that's their big thing, kind of like Cupid's Undie, kind of like Cupid Charities is for St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will be shaving this lovely mop that I have, live streaming on Facebook. If you want to watch, I'll post a link on Sunday coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, so that one, the one that was just on the screen, that was for Colorado Springs, and actually I just noticed there, Maryland Chive is also doing a St.
There's
Baldrick's
Maryland Chive, Hampton Roads Chivers, and Chive Virginia banded together to make to bring more money to the cause this year.
That's awesome. So while I have you on the line, I will move on to the next item. The Chive Virginia Spring Auction coming up in April. So tell us a little bit more about that.
So this is over anyone who's kind of followed Chive Virginia for a while. We've laid low for a while, mainly because admins come and go. Well, we have a really strong admin team now, and we have put together this amazing auction that will benefit the Organization for Autism Research in Arlington, Virginia. It will be there will be multiple parts. So auctioned items will benefit Chive charities. Cash donations will benefit the Organization for Autism Research. And there may or may not be a re-release of a particular shirt design that some of you may or may not have seen before, that will also be benefiting that. If you know anything about what I'm talking about, don't say anything. If you do, I will contact Jewelz and find out where you live and hunt you down.
And multiple Smirnoff Ices are in your
Indeed.
future.
I will come bearing at least a 12-pack.
Of the Canadian size that Saab is holding up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
I saw a few of those challenges, and downing one of those is not nice.
No. So that will be going on the 3rd week of April. I believe it's the 18th to the 23rd. So we will start teasing items probably in about a week or so, shortly after Baldrick's, and the auction will go live on Sunday the 18th.
No, that sounds awesome. Definitely let us know so we can shout out your links as well.
Will do.
Cool. All right, and I don't see anything else that's coming up on the page. But what I wanted to do is I will let John have his forum so he can talk about any upcoming events that you have.
Well, thank you. Like I said earlier, Chive On Australia unfortunately has never done any fundraising, and we are working to fix that. And so what we've done is we are planning our first fundraiser, which is going to be a online silent auction. We're taking a page out of what Calgary has done and what CTP has done and what Virginia is about to do and what military Chive Nation has done. It seems to be a very popular and great way to raise money for whatever charity that you're working towards. I've already found out that I've got some pretty amazing items that have already been donated, will be donated, things that I'm currently working on myself. So I'm really hoping to have a successful run for our first ever auction, and that is scheduled to kick off July 11th.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we will definitely be reaching out and getting the details, because love to shout out everybody's events that are going on throughout the year so that they can participate.
Also, we do have almost every week the Saturday Night Shenanigans, which is hosted by Chive On Australia, which is our Zoom happy hour chat that we do. The only times that we don't host Saturday Night Shenanigans is when another chapter is running some type of a virtual event, and we don't want to compete with them, nor do we also want to support them. So, like for example, this weekend, the Hampton Roads chapter is doing a 48-hour Zoomathon starting Friday night, running through Sunday evening. So we will not be running our Zoom that weekend, but we will be doing it the following weekend.
Perfect. No, it's nice that you're actually looking out and not competing on those weekends. Do appreciate you being considerate of the other chapters.
Well, we not only do we not want to compete with them, we want to support them.
Yeah.
So it's more about supporting the other chapters as opposed to not competing with them.
Awesome. All right. So I'll just drag myself back into here. There we go. And after I sort of do the shout outs, I do a bit of a puzzle to keep our community engaged. And what I've been doing the last couple of weeks, I don't know if you guys remember the game WHATZIT way back in the day. It is a word type of game, and I've been putting different puzzles out each week. So let me just get it popped up onto the screen. And where are we here? Like, for instance, and I'll actually unmute all of you. So if you guys can figure out what this is, let me know.
My dead body.
But what's a common phrase that you have with that?
Over my
Under
dead
my
body.
dead body.
Over my dead body.
Yeah, over my dead body. And the next one.
Put in the we and wealth.
Nope. Give it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're in the money.
Oh.
See, definite wordplay going on there.
Yeah.
And then this can be one of two.
Butt hurt?
I don't quite
two
think
thumbs
it's
up.
that.
2 thumbs
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just says thumbs up, but I like the 2 thumbs up. So that's what we had last week's. So this week's are 3 brand new ones.
Hi, Jess.
So we're going to start out with that. And if you guys want to shout it out in the chat,
Out
let's...
and about.
Yep.
You are absolutely correct. Yeah. Brian got it in the chat.
Strong arm.
Actually, where are we here? Chat. to give a shout out to Brian, who actually got it.
Oh, look at Brian.
I
Actually,
think
got
Brian's
something.
just copying John now. Don't give
Actually,
him credit.
I think he got it before it was announced. But strong
You sure
arm
about
is not the right one.
Arm in arm.
What was that?
Arm in arm.
Dun, da, da, da.
Yep. Good one, Sab.
Arm in arm. Look at that. And
Look at you
then-
go, Sab.
Yeah, don't give me credit.
There we go. This
A
one might take you a
gear?
while.
Agira. Age. Error in the age. Something age and error. What's up,
Hey, Jess.
Hi, Jess.
Something maybe like what your age or error is. Like what, like.
Age.
Before my
Sorry, killing it.
before my time.
What was that?
Before my time.
You're close. You're close.
Like the age of a query? I can't ever pronounce any of these names.
Born before my time.
What is that?
Born
Age
before my time.
What is that?
and error.
Huh?
What are both of those measurements of?
Time.
Yep.
Time of your life?
One is in front of the other. So one's in front. One not before, but.
After?
Yep.
Time after time.
Oh,
Oh, Brian. Oh,
Brian got it.
Oh,
Damn it.
Brian's killing it.
Good job,
no,
Brian.
Brian's cheating. Other than that, one.
He got it like two
And I'm sure Leanne
milliseconds
answered
before
it
Sab.
for him.
I'm sure Jess helped him out with that.
Sure.
He's the smart one.
All right. And Jess got it as well. And I'm counting on internet lag for this. That Lawrence and Jess probably got it at the same time as Brian, but Brian just has a faster internet connection. That's it. Yeah, that's it. All right. So just want to say thank you to our wonderful guests today. Just do another roundtable and feel free to give a shout out of anything that you have going on. And then we'll wrap this thing up. So we'll start off with Saab. Go ahead and tell us what's going on.
Not much. We're just biding the time for this pandemic to die down. I'm excited to actually head myself and Shari down to the Midwest at least to meet a bunch of everybody. Because you guys have become part of our lives here in the last year, so we definitely want to be part of yours too. So, and
cool.
eventually we hope to hold our own event and get these Calgary guys to visit us too. Mind you, we'll come over there too.
Yeah. Like, I know that you and I have talked about doing something. Unfortunately, because of the craziness of the world, we haven't been able to do it.
Wouldn't it have been about this time around? It would have been
Yeah,
about this time now, wouldn't it have? Yeah.
Yeah, end of March,
Damn
beginning
pandemic.
of April. Yeah.
Yeah, damn pandemic.
So, but yeah, no, looking forward to partying with you guys and raising some money. Absolutely.
Definitely, buddy.
So cool. All right, and then we'll go over to Woogie. What do you want to shout out here?
If you're not following Chive Virginia, go ahead and give us a follow on Facebook, both the like page and the group, The Chive Virginia. Go ahead and follow our other one, Chive on Richmond, Hampton Roads Chivers, and don't forget about the auction coming up in April because we have a bunch of stuff, like probably enough to fit in the whole in the whole state of BC. Sab.
Whole
think we're
state
about
of BC.
State, huh? Province.
Sorry. It's been like
'cause we're
20
still
years
bigger
since
than
I've
you.
taken geography. The whole country of Canada. There we go.
the whole country of Canada. We're still bigger than you.
All right, and then we'll move on over to John.
Follow Chive On Australia. Come and join us on our Saturday night shenanigans. It's tons of fun. But again, this weekend, don't try and come to Saturday night shenanigans. Go to Hampton Roads, Virginia, and check out their 48-hour Zoomathon. It's going to be fun times. Other than that, don't forget about our auction coming up in July. We're hoping to have some really great items and some pretty unique things as well.
That's awesome. Look forward to everything that comes up. All right, and then we'll end it off with Jewelz here. Let us know what's going on.
Other than the ice challenge that starts here in less than a week, we do have events coming up just about every month for the rest of this year. It's all been planned out. Follow us on iChive. Follow us on Instagram, St. Louis Chive, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. We have them all. Come hang out with us. And remember, no one is safe from getting iced.
I'm afraid of why I invited you onto the stream now.
I love you too.
All right, just going to wrap things up here. I'll just put everybody into the green room and just hang on. So I just want to, I'll say goodbye to you after the stream ends. So don't go away. Don't disconnect. I'll be right back to talk to you. So thanks a lot to everyone for joining in today. Do appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule and spending it here and listening to what Chive Nation is doing around this wonderful world. So everybody, want you to raise your glass and say cheers to, actually my drink is gone. I need another beverage. So cheers to everybody doing a wonderful job out there. Keep up being the 10%, and we do appreciate you, and keep on keeping on. So cheers to you. And with that, I want to say see you guys next week, same time, same place, and have yourself a wonderful week. And now if I can, where is my quit button here? All right. Cheers. Chive on. Have a good one. Cheers.